Hola, woman, your loving is the key. Better than the best come. But still nobody better than you. Your sensual with venom until thy kingdom come. Eternally achieve. Let me show you where I come from. Yeah, with candlelight and body action. How we could hold a meditation and we don't meditate alone. We meditate deep like a badami. You make me push a little further. And you inspire me to rise, mama, until my blood are pumping harder. Your love is making a better me. You make me stay a little longer. Give me the vibes to get up, mama, to rise up, mama, to the top, mama. Oh, yeah. Woman, your loving is the key. With how you feel my body's full of water. Nobody's a fire. Yeah, until you shiver, I'll make you flow like a river.
Yeah, that's the kind of marinate in the deep by the Wind Valley there. You know, such an excellent song. You know, and you know, like a symbol of the kind of excellence that we represent here. Yes, Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, Caribbean. Yes, the world. You are here inside Indigenous TNT. 9/11 every single Thursday with your boy, Doobie Victor, and great Inspector Selector Krabi right over there, spinning tracks, doing the engineering and that kind of stuff. And you're here on Radio Toko, you know, the home of a lot of beautiful, beautiful music, beautiful people, Northeast Coast people. Big up the Toko Foundation, Spirit of Michael Alves, you know. And this is week 19 of this season of Indigenous. And, you know, we started to feel a little bit of the Christmas thing. You know, we started to feel a little bit of the Christmas stuff. So we decided to pepper the chat, the thing this week with a couple Christmas ditties. But of course, because it's Indigenous, and we play the best of Trinidad and Tobago underground music. Trinidad and Tobago rock, pop, R&B, rap, soul, zest, world beat, jazz, fusion, all the whole styles and that kind of stuff. We play that music, the music that them other 36 radio stations refuse to play. It's not the normal kind of thing. It's not a parang and kind of thing and a normal kind of Christmas thing. We drop it a little harder than that. This cover is one of the baddest Christmas cover songs ever. In the same way, Laughing Children Will Tug at Mr. Star is the greatest Christmas song ever. This is the best cover, I think. You know what I mean? These boys nail it. And this should be outer international. This should be played everywhere that Christmas music is played on planet Earth. This is the version of this song that should be played. I am talking about 5 Miles to Midnight, cover of Little Drummer Boy. Tell me if you agree with me. Hear this. Check this out. Get on.
When we go
That's how you start off. That's how you start off the season, Krabby. And I agree. That's how you start off the season with that kind of
Yeah, yeah,
energy
yeah,
and that
yeah,
kind of
yeah. I enjoy
pulse.
that. I enjoy that version of it.
Yeah,
The
them boys real
31
gay
version
on.
of it.
Formerly known as a moment of silence, these boys spun it into a new thing with the 5 miles to midnight. We're talking about Alex Uyong, Shalom Sami on guitars, Rhys Thompson on drums, Robert Evelyn on bass, Dale E.P. Dolly on keyboard, and of course the charismatic Liam King on vocals. Really, really getting on. One of the great um, frontmen in Trinidad and Tobago band music and stuff. Liam. Really hoping to see more of these guys. I know Riss is adventuring in New York and all about the place and stuff, drumming and doing his thing, um, with Jaja's son. But, I really would love to see some more 5 miles to midnight. I feel like they're not done with us yet. I really would love to see what happens, what's next with them. And so we're moving along, moving along. As I said, at this, yeah, we have three Christmas songs that we have inside the mix tonight, and we also have three debuts, right? Krabby, we have the interview. We have an interview.
Yeah, at 9:15.
All right,
Well,
so we have an interview coming up with one of our debut artists and stuff who's dropping a real bad hip hop track. And we're gonna talk to him a little later. And so remember I kept telling you that there's this artist, one of our baddest uh, electronic dance artist, Trinidad and Tobago, Ifa Shayo. And there are three songs that she released locally. And we played them and stuff over the years and that kind of stuff. But there was one song that she released in London itself with London Feature and Jembe Jemba. Um, and I mean, everything that Ifa Shayo touches is gold, you know? And, along with Nandele, who was here last week, I think these are top electronic artists, EDM artists and stuff who deserve to be out there more often and who deserve to be in the mix and that kind of stuff. And I shout out Aaron, we boy Aaron, who is himself a brilliant EDM artist out there. Shout out people like Corey San, also doing it inside the EDM field. But let's listen to London feature Jamba Jamba featuring the great Trini songstress, Ifa Shayo, and Look at Me Now.
Dreams brought me into reality. Look at me now. Look at me now. Dreams brought me into reality. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now.
incredible voice of Aoife Shayo, Trini British songstress and stuff there with Jemba Jemba. Look at Me Now, with London Futures. Yeah, Aoife Shayo, great talent and stuff. We love you, wherever you are out there, and we want to hear more stuff from you. And we hope to hear more stuff. I'd love to hear a Aoife Shayo album. I mean, you know, working with some of the top EDM producers and that kind of stuff. I mean, I could imagine the levels and where she could go, And so from, I mean, so we just heard like top rock stuff, top EDM stuff. It's Trinidad and Tobago. This is, I mean, all kind of different styles. This is hardcore hip hop in the house now. This is the hardest man in Trinidad and Tobago hip hop. Of course, we're talking about the man Make It Happen. This is hard, right? And we love Make It Happen. Oh, Mike Wise. All right. We was gonna drop a real hard Make It Happen. All right, twins. Boy, Mike Wise, the Dobson family. The Dobson family is one of the first families of Trinidad and Tobago music, hitting you from all different styles.
Yeah.
I mean, it deep. All you run deep.
We are a naturally musical family. Naturally musical.
Yeah, but you're making it sound like if everybody could just carry a tune. I mean, it's a little more than that. The Dobsons and stuff are exceptional musicians and exceptional songwriters. And but a lot of the guys they're the melodic side. They're on the melodic side, They with old folk styles and stuff. They with calypso. They with folk music. They with rock. They would, and different kinds of things and stuff.
Yeah.
But you swing it in a different direction. You have now kind of reaching the Dobson name in a different space into hip hop, Trinidad Tobago hip hop. And hey, there's a duet that you all did. You did with gosh, I remember his name. But we need to get a clean version of that song. Is a kind of love song.
Marique.
Marique. Hey, wow. Yeah. That is outer international. That is an incredible track. See what you can do first, because we have to cut the song.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
I heard about that.
But the song is brilliant, and you come out and hitting us again in the style. But talk about how you why hip hop? How come you found this part of the chamber of music to enter?
It's just what I got into. You hearing me clear, right?
Yeah, we hearing you clear.
Yeah, no, it's just kind of what I got into at my teenage years, in the sense of that was the music that spoke to me the same way. Like I didn't even know about the Dobson family. To be honest with you. Like you and me had to talk probably off air or even on air about who you know. And right. I'm sure you probably know about Sil Dobson, Wayne Dobson, Christian Dobson, Jerry Dobson, who was my father, rest in peace. Like,
oh, okay, right.
Yeah. So the same way, calypso influenced the generations before me, and jazz was a big influence too. Jazz was a big influence on my family.
Yeah.
Out of all the names I called, jazz was a big thing. I guess that, like, at my age and at that time, hip hop was the thing that spoke to me. So there's a scene where I think a scene.
Yeah.
Hip hop was a thing that, and I will say this too, because a big part of hip hop is like wordplay, right? And to have wordplay, you need to have a strong command of the English language. And apart from music, like one thing my dad instilled in me from young is like the English language is not something that you just strictly use to communicate communicate between like people. Like the English language is an art in itself. If you understand what I'm saying, because you have
Yeah,
like
of course.
you have puns, you have similes, you have alliterations, you have like these kind of things that you know.
I like
Uh,
your appearance is a little shadow, is a little shadow skull,
what's that?
the skeleton. I think it's his son or whoever is it that like showing up with his little
That's my
shadow.
boy. That's my Right now I buy my brethren Profess, who's another
Oh,
rapper
okay,
as
okay,
well. I buy his
right.
house and that's his son, that's Eden.
Okay. Well,
So
he's starring in the background, just so you know.
he's started this interview. So yeah, what was it? So yeah, I had a kind of appreciation for the arts of the English language from before I
Right,
even got into music. So when I heard rap for the first time and the kind of wordplay people was doing like this, we talking late 90s when I got into
right.
hip hop. When I heard that, I was
When hip hop was still hip hop.
like the music is infectious to me, and plus they have this sort of respect and command of the English language that no other genre of music has to me. To me, the way
Right.
they have it. You understand? It's very unique in that sense.
All right. Well, talk about how you got into it. I mean, like hip hop is a notoriously difficult genre to kind of break in Trinidad.
Yeah,
And to get a hold. I mean, just Jason them and others, have their scenes and stuff going on and those kind of things. And others have tried to, chromatics and others have tried to kind of bust apart and clear space for it.
yeah,
What has been your adventure in terms of clearing that space and building a career and a listenership and something that has reach from here? And talk
yeah.
also about in terms of subject matter and stuff, how do you translate the language and the experience of Trinidadian and Trinbagonian feeling through the lens of hip hop and stuff? So talk about all those things.
Um, in terms of how I came up doing my thing, the thing with hip hop in Trinidad is that there is no set roadmap. I think everyone, including someone like as you mentioned Chromatics and you mentioned Make It Happen earlier, they were people who they they did a lot for local hip hop. And I think even they would say that there was no roadmap in terms of how they did what they did. They just did what they felt they had to do.
Yeah, yeah,
Like Matix was hustling CDs, Make It Happen hustling CDs. They just did what they had to do, performing in shows, open mic events, throwing their own shows. Like
yeah. Big
at the
up
end
to
of the day,
Highway Records, short
big up the
fortune and
Highway
Highway
Records,
Records,
yeah, the original Highway Records in Cuba.
pioneers and stuff.
Yeah, 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 right there. And I think they just kind of set the path for the rest of us. And I will always like with Matix and in terms of what he does. I was talking to a friend about this last night actually. I said, no matter who you think is the best local rapper ever, who you think is the best lyricist or any kind of thing, you have to hold Chromatics in a certain regard in terms of what he did for local hip hop. No matter what you think.
Yeah,
No matter what you think about him, he did a lot. In terms of my journey in this thing, I came up, I was in secondary school seeing spot rushers, chromatics doing the thing locally. And in terms of what they were doing, you just kind of, to me and people from my generation, in terms of Trini hip hop, we just kind of took what they did. And some of us just kind of followed what they did. Some of us followed what they did and expanded.
right.
Some of us took different routes. In terms of me, my whole thing right now is the type of hip hop I'm doing. I think because we have the internet, I think that musically, in terms of music, there are no borders, right? So,
Yeah.
so this live stream that we're doing right now, anybody from anywhere in the world could watch this, correct?
And is watching.
And is watching. Lovely, wonderful, right? So my thing is, why do we why do we put borders around our music? I don't want to do that. I do in hip hop. Hip hop is an international genre.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is, and I've started to work on this with very good results. Starting to not see myself as a quote unquote hip hop artist in Trinidad.
Right.
I think and I say this to any hip hop artist that's watching right now in Trinidad, don't see yourself as a hip hop artist in Trinidad. See yourself as a hip hop artist. Now the thing with that is, when you see yourself as a hip hop artist in the sense of the global scale, now you have a different level of competition. Eh?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's the thing too, because in Trinidad is
Prepare
one thing.
yourself. Prepare yourself for battle.
Yeah, because now you're talking about, established people from all over the world, people who underground, people, like all kind of thing now, right? So
Have you encountered that? Have you started to get a little heat and a little kind of a little that kind of stuff yet? People began to notice.
yeah,
Have you,
well, that's a good thing that happened this year. I started linking with I started reaching out and pushing my music out to like people within the hip hop community, more so the underground hip hop community worldwide. So my latest album, which is out right now, is called Dirty Pages. I was able to feature. I have two guest verses, one from a rapper called Raskas, one from a rapper called Planetasia. They are long-standing, I would say underground legends. Raskas is a man like work with Dr. Dre, tour with Eminem, and he's somebody
nice,
who's on my album. That is somebody who I was able to get for this
brilliant,
last album that I dropped.
brilliant.
Basically less than a week ago. Dirty Pages is brand new, so I was able to work with
Well,
Rasmus, able to work with Planet Asia. You know, I was able to. This year I would say I'm able to make certain inroads into the underground hip hop community. Um, Worldwide, I'm seeing where listeners coming from too. So I'm seeing that people outside of the country, tapping into what I'm doing.
brilliant. All right. Well, we we want you to come back and just keep dropping tracks from that album, and we want to do a full kind of like a whole dive into the album. But
Yeah.
tonight, of course, we going into the single, right? You're dropping this single, and so tell us what you can tell us about this single.
Yo, this single is like I'll fill you into my process. So I wrote the verses, I would say sometime last year. I wrote the verses last year. I just had these two verses. And I wrote the verses to another beat, to be honest
Right.
with you. I wrote it to another beat, and the beat in terms of the chorus was calling for something a little bit different than what you're hearing on this version here. So
Okay.
I had it there for a while. I was sitting on it, and then when I went and listened back to it, I don't know. I guess I just fell out of love with the beat, and that's something that has happened with me all the time. So, but I'm a person where once I write a verse or once I write verses, I am using that and it is coming out. That's the type of
Right.
person I am. I don't
Right.
play with
Right.
my
Right.
verses. Once I write a verse, I know I write into a certain level and it is coming out. So
Right.
I
Right.
took the
Right.
same two verses, I found the next beat for it, and then the next beat I found for it, I ended up coming out with a hook. So I laid the two verses, came out with a hook, and the whole track itself is basically, and I was glad to premiere it here, is
So
basically the sense of being from Trinidad and looking to be excellent at what you do from Trinidad, because we are a country people like to write us off in everything, in
yep.
sports, in media, entertainment, music, art, everything. People sometimes see the red, white, and black, and they kind of like not take it on. They kind of dismiss it,
Until
and
it right in their face, and
yeah,
they can't
well,
deny
and
it.
you have to prove them wrong. At the end of the day, like sometimes for us to make our mark on the world, we need to be a Brian Lara, we need to be a Dwight York, we need to be a Atto Boldham, we need to be a Hazley Crawford, Keyshawn Walcott. Like sometimes we need to just be the top guy or the top woman.
Yeah.
You know? Penny, we need to be that top person. You
And
understand?
we
When the
do it
people,
all the time. I mean, we do it all the time. I mean,
and we
and
do
so
it all
much.
the time. And the thing is, like, we do it all the time, and people still doubt us, and we do it despite the size of our country and the size of our population. So
And the
that's why,
leadership that we have.
yeah,
That's
that's
another
why the
story.
first, like, the first line of the song is so powerful. Fight down a Trini, what lunacy is speaking. Like, fight down a Trini for what? You cannot fight down a Trini. You cannot fight down a Trini. We
All
are
right.
too
Well,
powerful.
with those big words and stuff,
Yes.
likewise, we
Yes.
going to debut right here on Indigenous. Don't go nowhere. We want
I
to
go
see. We
away.
want to enjoy this. We want to enjoy this track with you
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
Grand Plan, the
Grand
debut
plan. Yeah.
right here. Likewise,
Of
Grand
the
Plan.
pages of the Dirty Pages album, go check that out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Run the track, Krabby. Grand Plan.
These dirty pages.
Yeah. Share willpower. You can't really quantify that. I don't think anybody can really quantify that. Wise, I don't measure and tape for that shit. Fight down a Trini, what lunacy is speaking. Truthfully, it's news to me. Who could be defeating you? Assuming we've been sleeping's really moving me. I'm seething every obstacle in my way. Brutally, I'm beating rappers proof to be misleading. Plenty youth is needing leading. Even OGs cause the tomfoolery I'm seeing. Holy fly, y'all not facing scrutiny for stealing. Rappers biting real beasts. You should do it being vegan. Like a cricket game interrupted by a rain cloud. You're watering the game down. Refuse to be a reason for that to continue. No immunity I'm seeking. We go have to evict you. Ruthless I'm treating the fools that be so stupidly confusing me with being lukewarm when I'm colder than Makula, keeping Riesling over grooves. I be a demon before I'm 45. Sway in the morning is the only shade room I need to be in. Roof the Gus in TNT, we just make most noise. You can't hush we any day, no choice. We love Bacchanal and me, baby. I don't afraid no loss, no fear. I go stay on course, straight animal. Peace. Trini man run the road still. They want tell me as a madman. Till the house done build. Yeah. None of them go understand. That leap of faith can make me fall flat. I should be aware. Though life tires me out, no opportunities being spared. Wherever rap takes me, never keep a seated rare. Cause one throne ain't nothing to the people's chairs. I hope that's stuck forever. We stand up. Plus I don't want my fan base to stand up. It could leave you musically bankrupt. Millions were sold, but no brilliance was showed. Every track sucked. I stands blindness to the truth can impair your vision. A fan keeps it a buck, cause they're air conditioned. With a high taste level, if they didn't feel it, you could bet the message will be sent. I'll be quick to read it. Began writing as a youth, wishing to be the one. Remember, I wasn't all that, but I was keen and young. Desperate to make an impression, sketching to pages and stressing. Every day was progression, not a speedy run. In TNT, we just make most noise. You can't hush we any day, no choice. We love Bacchanal. And me, baby, I don't afraid no loss, no fear. I go stay on course, straight animal. Peace. Trini man run the road still. They want tell me as a madman. Till the house done build. Yeah. None of them go understand the grand plan.
Good thing, man. Good thing, man. Good thing.
Yeah, man.
Till the house done build. They ain't gonna understand the grand plan, but
Plan. You understand? They want to see the whole house build. They ain't gonna see the process now.
yeah,
They want to see the process.
That's the thing. That's the thing. So I mean, hey, yeah, boy, you talk about lyrics and that kind of stuff, and you delivered. You know what I mean? Yeah, you back it up.
Yeah.
You back it up. You back it up. You back it up and stuff. I mean, that's old school golden age delivery and stuff.
Yeah.
You and that we like to hear that golden age principles of hip hop first principles and stuff and thing. Not this kind of new stuff we're going on.
I realize this show is a more like foundation kind of sound in terms of what you want to hear from certain genres now.
Yeah, but I mean the thing is we like the hey we into modernity and that kind of stuff. We just listen to some EDM and stuff. We just listen to things. But I think is that we into excellence, you know. Yeah, we into excellence, you know, and plain talk, bad manners and stuff. A lot of mediocrity and thing passing for music in the modern on the modern pop and it's
I
not that
will
we
I
getting
will say
old.
this. I will say this though. Um I don't know what was the quote unquote exact date that this program went on air, but if it's one thing that has been consistent throughout many years, I have been hearing Indigenous is the place to go. Indigenous in terms of like Trinidad underground music. Indigenous is a
Well,
place to go. Whether you're
I
an
like.
artist or a listener. And I've been
I,
hearing this like since I probably now starting to write music. And this is
I'm
where
glad.
like since I starting to write, I know about Indigenous. Trust me.
I'm glad to hear that. This is
Yeah,
10
this
years.
platform, yeah,
We had a
10 alone?
we had a we had a break of about 4 years, I think. As 4 years we had a break for, and
Yeah,
but this is 10 years that we'll be on
really.
the air, and it's thousands of local songs that we have played that never get play nowhere else, and that
Imagine.
kind of stuff and thing. I
Yo.
say thousands,
Yeah.
thousands of
I'm
songs,
not doubting you when you say thousands. I'm not doubting.
and I mean genius level. Plenty of that stuff is genius level stuff. Everything
Mm,
is not genius level things. There are things that are just good.
yeah.
There are things that,
Yeah.
well, but behind the scenes, we'll call people and tell them, yo, yeah, you're off key, or you have to fix your mix, or your
Yeah.
your
Yeah. Yeah.
bass guitarist off key, or whatever.
Yeah.
If you had a better bass line, that song. But a lot of this stuff is excellent, and a good bit of it is genius level things,
Hmm.
and that is a sin, is a mortal sin to
Hmm.
fight down that stuff. And as the
Yeah,
first
I
line
can
say the first line again. Let me hear the first line again.
fight down at Trini what lunacy you're speaking. You understand?
Exactly.
One of the like,
Because
yeah.
God stuff will find a way.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
stuff will find a way. And we are one of the ways that Trini music, God stuff, finds its way to the people. And
That's true. That's
that's
why that's
our
why I
that's
know
our
about
mission.
that's why I know about you all. That's why I know about you
You
all.
know?
Trust me.
And
This platform is Indigenous. That name, that is a brand name. That is a big name.
well,
Take it
I
from
appreciate. I'm glad to know that
take it
people out
from
there and
me.
stuff.
Yeah.
We have, I mean, every week we have hundreds on all the different platforms and stuff, and thousands of people listen to it every week from all over.
Yeah.
And we just getting started. And as I said, every week is about 18 to 20 songs being played, and this is week 19. And a lot of it is new stuff. And
Yeah.
the thing is, the brilliant thing is that Trini musicians, despite the fight down, keep on producing it. You know what
Keep
I
on
mean?
listening,
They
yeah.
keep on going into that studio and they keep on doing the
Yeah.
work. And I mean, that is an
That says something
amazing,
that says something about who we are as a people and
yeah,
what we built for and how resilient we are.
yeah.
That says something to me. Like that sends a strong message, honestly speaking.
And so, I mean, my choirs, I mean, I sure you have a, I sure you have a verse in here that, yeah, like you might want to drop now. Like, yeah, you have a verse that you could just off the bat flow and go. I know putting you on the spot. We didn't rehearse this. I ain't in that kind of thing. But I mean, we're gonna move on to the other stuff and thing. But I feel like we wanna close. I mean, to give you a chance to flow and say something.
It's something a
You know?
cappella. A
Yeah, yeah,
cappella.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Some a cappella. The rule breaker who was doomed for failure, who became a movement maker, in truth a savior, a wise man who wasn't viewing mangers. The rest of my field conquer, real monster, no mutant changer. It ain't hard to tell when you play this ish. Mike's records make him flip, that's human nature. These guys meek and mild, me I'm moving braver. I'm the one to equalize, no boosted fader. These squares always triangles to put me in a box. Only way I'm in shape is if I use a trainer. Or you could find me in a box when she riding me on top and I spray in them walls like a mural painter. I ain't pulling out, I'm shooting straighter. My feet planted on the front line, my seed will see the fruits of labor. Teach them don'ts, do's, and danger. Get bread, but don't let them string you along for cheese, son. You are greater. Put my life in these dirty pages. Yeah, yeah. That's
Yes,
something off of
that's
dirty
what we're
pages.
talking about.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Hey, Mike Wise, we
Yo,
definitely want you back. We want to, like every time you want to drop a next one from the album, and
mm,
I feel that next week we could bring you back and stuff. And if you want to pass in next week again, just to talk more about the album as a whole. You know
Once
what I mean?
dog, if you all,
Yeah,
if you see y'all, if you all want me, I hear. Let's
yeah. I
let's
feel
go.
we want to talk about the album as a whole because the thing is that an album is a triumphant act for a local artist, eh? And
Mm-hmm.
especially in these time in COVID times and that kind of stuff to go against that kind of inertia and corruption that out there that's saying to keep quiet and it had nothing there for you and is the end of everything and all that kind of stuff to push against that and
Yeah.
produce an album in the heart of that and stuff. That's a
Mm.
really brilliant thing. So, hey, Mike Wise, thanks a lot for coming on. And thanks for dropping that impromptu verse for us and stuff and let me know the
I always
truth.
have bars when it's talking. So.
Exactly. I figured so. You know what I mean? So,
you
hey,
mean you
thanks a lot
realize?
for coming on board. Hey, this is you've been listening to one of the members of the first family, one of the first families of Trinidad and Tobago music. The
Yeah.
Dobson from the Dobson clan.
Once we
This
name,
is
once
MC.
that name Dobson, their music and we blood. They don't
Yeah,
mind something.
yeah. I
We
mean, this
blood.
is a serious thing. It's a serious
I'm
thing.
glad that you
Right.
even know that too.
Of course, of
You
course,
know
of
me even
course.
more than I thought. You know me. I kind of wait.
No. I mean, it's like, I mean, we
Yeah.
are about music,
Yeah.
and so, I mean, these are things that must be known, and everybody in the country must know these things, and
Yeah.
we have to celebrate, um, you know, like the Salcedo clan and the Bootmans and
Mm-hmm.
Zanders
Yeah, you call her
and
name there, Salcedo. Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
I mean, all, I mean, his family and that kind of stuff. These are first families and that kind of stuff. The Kotos and that kind of stuff. Call their
Mm-hmm.
names,
Yeah.
call their names. And you're
Keep
talking
that
about
name alive. Keep that
generations,
name alive.
generations in this thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
generations in this thing. And they're not only on themselves, all of those people whose names I call and stuff have seeded multiple other musicians and stuff outside of the family and have helped
So
other
they
musicians
teach
and
a
and
lot,
and,
eh?
and
They teach a lot of
yeah,
people.
exactly. So,
Also,
I mean,
music
it's a
schools
serious
down there.
thing, I mean? You remove about 20 of those families from Trinidad and Tobago music and the whole thing fall down, you know?
Yes. Yes. Facts.
So it's a serious thing.
Big up to the Lee Max as well.
Yeah, the black
Long and
ones,
solid Lee Max.
them, call them by their names, call them by their name.
Yeah.
It's a serious thing. The
Cynthia
first
and
families
Anthony
of
Lee
music.
Max.
Yeah,
Anthony
man.
rest in peace. Yeah, the Lee Max.
Yeah. Call them by their
The
names. Call them
Zephyrin
by their names.
family, the Zephyrin family, the Diaz family down in South.
Yeah, call them
Those
by
are
their
some I
names.
would
Call them by
actually
their
list. Yeah.
Call them by their names. Call them by their names. It's a
Big
serious
up,
thing.
I will say this, one person who was influential in me, you would say in music, when I was in primary school, Mr. Pitt, San Fernando Boys
Okay.
RC, Mr. Pitt made sure
Yeah.
his whole class was basically the school choir. And
Right.
he made us appreciate music and arrangements and music and arrangements and just the whole art of it now. So I have to
Hey.
say something about Mr. Pitt too, because he had
The
me on
music
that music.
teachers,
Pardon?
the
Yeah,
good music teachers, that's a whole next set of people who we
yeah,
have to big and stuff because again, you remove them from the mix and it have a core of great music teachers, and them
yeah.
is the ones doing the damage and bringing out them
Yes,
genius
yeah, yeah,
musicians
yeah,
right
yeah,
through and
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of stuff and
The
thing,
same Lee
so
Max, the same Cynthia and Anthony Lee Mac I talk about, like they had a direct hand in Kessley Fintala being Kessley Fintala.
of course yeah, so
Direct hand.
call their names, man, call their names. That's the whole point and
And
stuff. Let
so, like,
Trinidad and Tobago and the world
as much
know.
as we love Kes and Savannah Grass and all that, talk about Cynthia Lee Mac, talk about Anthony Lee Mac.
Yeah, man.
That's how I am. Talk about them
That's
in the
what.
same.
Hey, this is what Indigenous is all about. It's about music, and it's not just the frivolity of music and the la la, and we jump up for the song, and hey,
Mhm.
that's a nice song and stuff. It's the
Yeah,
stories and stuff that go into the thing, and the fact that music is a spiritual thing, and that music is a powerful thing, and music is a serious thing. It's a
yeah,
civilizational thing. It's a civilizing thing,
yeah.
and the more we take it seriously, the more we might save this country. All them boys
Hmm.
who in this and that kind of stuff. The
Yeah.
music is the thing. The music is the thing.
A good
Music is
music program could take kids off of the streets and the badness and the
hey,
them thing now. Boy. You understand what I say?
turn turn dogs into gods. Turn them boys, lost boys into kings. That's
Yes.
what
Facts.
music has
Facts.
been doing.
Facts. Yeah,
you know.
fact.
And so we had to release the music.
Yeah.
And so that's a whole next talk, and we could go into that, and them boys clutching them know I could get into all that and stuff and thing. But we have music, we have real music coming through on the program and stuff. And we wanna go. So thanks again, Mike Wise. You know, I mean, as I said, next week you're inside
I
again.
will leave with this. I will say, just offer this thing. This is one of my favorite interviews I've ever done, just for the fact that we're able to talk about my family and the history about certain things. Just offer that alone. I'm very happy to do that. I've never been able to talk about stuff like that before. So
well, we appreciate that.
One of my
And
favorite interviews I've ever done.
okay, good stuff. Well, hey, we take that. I take that.
Yeah.
And stuff again is because we do research and thing, but other than that is because we love music and we understand where it comes from.
Yeah.
And you know, so you know, it's nothing for me to say the first families of music of Trinidad and Tobago. I never read that nowhere, I never hear that nowhere, but I know it exists and I call it out.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and so you know, thanks for being a proper scion and heir to the throne of you know of your lineage. You know, so likewise, next week we inside again talking albums. So come prepared, you know, with wherever we could talk behind the scenes and we come loaded and we're gonna give them hard.
Of course.
All right? Yeah, man.
All right.
Respect.
Thanks, one.
Yeah, man. Hold it down. Respect. Yeah, man. So of course, in the house you just heard Mike Wise, MC Mike Wise and stuff, hip hop, you know, like Powerhouse, Trinidad and Tobago, and you know, representing for, as I said, one of the first families of Trinidad and Tobago music, the Dobson clan, and you heard him here debuting a track from his new album, and the song was Grand Plan. And next week he's going to be with us again. So stay tuned for that. Check in with us next week for that. So we wanna move on with some more hip hop, hunting Trinidad hip hop and stuff. So we say like this fella is a hard man. This is a hard man of Trinidad and Tobago hip hop. He dread with it. He just drop it rough, right? The man make it happen. You know, and you know, rapping in Trini lingo and Black revolutionary stuff and those kind of things. This song, you know, he talking about the whole hip hop scene and that kind of stuff, and he talking about all those things. So this is Truth Is My Gun, Make It Happen, Run It Krabby.
The truth is my gun, now watch me dump it. But it have led to if you want it. Don't confront me, confront it. The truth is my gun, now watch me dump it. Who is the hardest in Trinidad? That is what they asking. These rappers on radio with fake accent. Is that hip hop or is it acting? Who is the first call young veteran accent? I use the original, make it happen. All your rappers line up, salute the captain. Swap the decks, lift the sails and you go catch wind. Every action spark a reaction. Even when the spot rushers was blasting on the radio way back when I was the man even back then. You could call chromatics and accent. I murder the rap battles in the basement. I don't have to say a word to make a statement. I connected to the streets like pavement. I use a whole gang of leaf from ancient. The truth is a gun and I go blast it. Go and put a down payment on your casket. I know you're saying make it happen as a bastard, but all you was saying that from since my last shit. Before shines had the fingernails and eyelashes. I is a man on the grind looking for where the cash is. Before the nemesis and the V-maxes, the freestyle champ and never need practice. They say rapping in Trinidad sounds strange, but they repeating my lines all in the brains. They writing rhymes on my lines, they rearrange. You don't believe me, you could accept gains. Calling from the telephone, he say a take and tell him Clash make it happen and he go breaks. D-Mob turned out to be a snake. It is my nigga metric daughter, big mistake. The truth is a gun and I go dump it, but it half cover too like trumpet. Like getting bold, you can get it how you want it. The truth is my gun and I go dump it. These niggas spineless like a man of war. I dance around the bullshit like a matador. We could keep it lyrical or we could start a war. And I go lay these niggas down like a hand of four. just Jace. He had the I am hip hop for, and he input make it happen on the fucking door. The defender of hip hop. When I swing my sword, half of these niggas in Trini head will be on the floor. Ask Schooner about the struggle Jackson was created in 6 days, another classic. Like Ghetto Child and Open Fire, the same fella. He tried to scrap it last minute, I dropped the acapella. We say Bebo do shit or issue, Obi, and Bebo says Schooner levels are the fix. And meantime, I the one who taking the licks. A 3 albums behind, an unrecorded hat trick. I use the truth as a gun and I go dump it. But you could get iron too if you want it. Don't confront me, confront it. The truth is my gun and I go dump it.
Good things.
And so, right, so, hey, battle rap stuff. That's battle rap stuff from Make It Happen. Hey, Mike Wise. I know if you wanna come and reply, to like to Make It Happen, and stuff. I don't know if that's that in that mode and that kind of stuff. But the thing is that's battle rap and stuff. Again, the different styles of hip hop coming from the Trinidad and Tobago hip hop community. All these different styles, we just the brilliant flow and lyrics of the man Mike Wise early on, and now we have like hard battle rap from Make It Happen, making a declaration of, and all of that is part of the hip hop tradition and the African music tradition of the boasting and that kind of stuff. That's there in our Santi Manite music and that kind of stuff in the early golden age calypso and that kind of stuff and thing. Men like Invader, Tiller, and all of those men and stuff and thing. Hard. If you want to talk about battle rap, go into them old fellas and stuff with Congo Barra and all them kind of stuff and thing. That's that is the African griot tradition and stuff, laid bare, and that's what it's all about. And when you could tell a particular form of African style music is going through its golden age by the power of its boasters and its power of its boasting component in his music and stuff. They always have men like Jay-Z and them and men and Nas and stuff going at it and that kind of stuff. That's part of the thing, And when Bounty and Beanie going at it and stuff, when Kitcha and Sparrow going at it, and Melody and Sparrow, Terra and Sparrow, all that is part of the tradition and that kind of thing. And and so it's alive and well in Trinidad, and we celebrated there with Make It Happen and Shoot Is My Gun, right? So hey, we turn now from the men to the women, and we go for a little softer touch, but softer with an edge, So we had 5 miles, we had the rock at the top, we had the EDM with in the middle there with Ifa Shayo and stuff. We came into it with Mike Wise, followed by Make It Happen with some hard, the men dropping it hard. And now we have some more Trinidad and Tobago EDM dance inflected music with Nadia Ramos dropping it here. EDM soft, but with an edge because she's talking about the end times. Nadia Ramos.
You'll find a way. Anyhow you want, anyhow you try. Wants me on a high, even when I'm shy. Like the full feeling you can quantify. Angels around in town. fly. Pestilences are just the start. Genesis was our free start, and then we exodus. So we got the ultimate revelation. Always leaning into it, you know you'll find a way. All the angst is yours, all the angst is shared. Who can blame you? So look to the right. By the fulfilling you can quantify. You can quantify. And angels around the town. Earthquakes rock, humans fly. Pestilences are just the start. Genesis was our free start, and then we exodus. So we got the ultimate revelation. And angels around the town. Earthquakes rock, humans fly. Pestilences are just the start. Genesis was our free start, and then we exodus. So we got the ultimate revelation. No Babylon, no Christendom, angels surround the town. Earthquakes rock, humans fly. Pestilences are just the start. Genesis was our free start, and then we exodus.
Yeah, man. My girl Nadia Ramos and stuff doing it there with the end times. Giving us that kind of pop EDM mix and stuff inside the flavor. Remember, everything that you hear here on Indigenous is all 100% Trinidad and Tobago music, right? We play all those other styles, right? The non-festival music of Trinidad and Tobago. So we ain't running the soca and the calypso and the parang and the chutney. We're not running those things. There are places that display that. We running all the other styles and stuff that not getting played. The Trinidad rock, pop, hip hop, R&B, reggae, dancehall, rap soul, fusion, jazz fusion, world beat, you name it, EDM. We run those styles and stuff here because that's the music that people feeling and they playing and that kind of stuff, and they giving voice to it in their own voices, and they taking all these forms of music which is Black African diasporic music and stuff, and converting it into their own stuff and their own voices and those kinds of things and putting it out there, and a lot of it is genius stuff and it's ours. We need to at least give it a chance. But it's more than that you're not just giving it a chance, because a lot of it is genius stuff. And it deserves to be heard, and it deserves not just to be heard, it deserves to go as far as it could go, right? So some of these songs and stuff should be played in stadiums full of tens of thousands of people all over the globe. They deserve to be charting and they deserve to be stuff all over the globe. And we give it that first chance to be heard and to go out there, catch different people's ears, and give people that confidence and stuff to go on and keep going, right? Debut time again. As I said, we have 3 big debuts tonight and stuff. I know this would have liked to be here, but still recovering from a little something that he has, not COVID, right? Still recovering from a little something that he had, and future and stuff. But he's been here in the past. We did interviews with him just for the season already. He's really at the beginning of the season. In fact, I think he released 3 songs back to back, 1 week after 1 week after 1 week and stuff. And we had him on for at least 2 of those times. And he's dropped yet another song again. Very, very, very successful artist in the EDM world and stuff, doing a lot of collabs with artists on both sides of the Atlantic and both sides of the hemispheric ridge. So north and south, east and west. He's doing stuff with American, European, Latin American, African artists, Asian artists. There's songs and stuff that inside of popular video games, popular television shows. He just had one on the Fast and Furious cartoon, and that kind of stuff. His music license for those things. Doing good things. He has a wine contract as spokesperson and ambassador for international brand of wine and stuff. Doing his things. He's doing his things. He's doing his things. Of course, I'm talking about man Marcus Braveboy, codename Brave Boy. He's here with his partners, Jolmy, Flyo, and Jonas Flo. And the name of this song is Pa Atra. And again, this is in that kind of Afrobeat, EDM, pop kind of mix over kind of space and that kind of thing that they exist in. Check it out. Debut here on Indigenous, Pa Atra, Brave Boy and crew. Check it out.
Brave Boy, Jonas Flow, Filo, y yo, mami, si te llamamos te apuesta. Nuestro nombre está de primerito en la apuesta. A ella de vestirse no le cuesta. Y ese culito sí se nos presta para darle tra, 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 tra. Le damos nalgada a ella tra, 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 tra. Si pasa su novio se va para atrás tra, 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 tra. Todo lo que tiene lo quiere mostrar tra, 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 tra. Ese culito se presta para atrás tra, 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 tra. Le damos nalgada a ella tra, 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 tra. Si pasa su novio se va para atrás tra, 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 tra. Todo lo que tiene lo quiere mostrar tra, 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 tra. Step on the gas and ting, bubble up the place, shake the ass and ting. Bustin' up the place for the wine and ting. Anybody see they get blind and ting, gal. Bust up, wine for me, wine for me, wine for me, gal. Wine for me, wine for me, wine for me, gal. Must take a wine check motion, hot gal. Wine for me, stop slow motion. Give me that tra, 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 tra. Enough pretty gal, them jumping on me, car, 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 car. Gal, hear me tune, she a feel me a star, 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 star. Trinidad me from me, I come from far, 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 far. So me sing this thing, gal. Mami, si te llamamos te apuesta. Nuestro nombre está de primerito en la apuesta. A ella de vestirse no le cuesta. Y ese culito sí se nos presta para darle tra, 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 tra. Le damos nalgada a ella tra, 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 tra. Si pasa su novio se va para atrás tra, 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 tra. Basta, wine for me, girl, like tra, 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 tra. Es de esa banda la pone en tra. Ella lo mueve heavy y yo me le pego por detrás. Bajé con par de pana y tu amiga ¿dónde están? Pa' guayala, como si fuera un fracatán tan. Cuando llego para igual yo se quitan. Que bajé con pile mame una van. En la otra está mi clan. Ratrillan y te hacen balán. Trae la cámara que foto para los fans. Le doy una nalgada a ella y tra. Ponte de espalda que te luego entra. Cuando te agarre no te voy a soltar. Ta, 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 ta. Le doy una nalgada a ella y tra. Ponte de espalda que te luego entra. Cuando te agarre no te voy a soltar. Ta, 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 ta. Mami, si te llamamos te apuesta. Nuestro nombre está de primerito en la apuesta. A ella de vestirse no le cuesta. Y ese culito sí se nos presta para darle tra, 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 tra. Le damos nalgada a ella tra, 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 tra. Si pasa su novio se va para atrás tra, 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 tra. Todo lo que tiene lo quiere mostrar tra, 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 tra. Ese culito se presta para atrás tra, 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 tra. Le damos nalgada a ella tra, 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 tra. Si pasa su novio se va para atrás. Jonas Flow, el de Sabana, ya, de RD pa'l mundo, mi gente de Tribago, Trinidad, que lo que.
Brave Boy, Jolmy, Philo, Jonas Flo with Pa Atra inside the house. Debut, new stuff, new music inside the mix here in Indigenous. Every single Thursday, 9 to 11 here on Radio Toko. Check us out on the YouTube channel. Check us out on the Facebook live stream. Check us out, of course, on the terrestrial channel. And, of course, check us out on the radiotoko.com. we're in there in all those places and, bubble it and different things. And of course, after the show is done, you could pull up the YouTube recording of this very show and you could play it in the background while you're eating your food, whilst you're cleaning your car, whilst you're at work, play it for your workmates and stuff. So like, let them broaden their ears and stuff and let them know like, wait, now that's Trinidad music. Yeah, that's Trinidad and Tobago music and stuff. That's what you're missing out of. So switch up them other things that you have and stuff and play Radio Toko and play this stuff where you're gonna hear this music running right through. Right? That's how we do it inside here in Indigenous, mainstreaming the local underground, globalizing Trinbago sound. That's what we do. And I have a feeling that we have to call the show probably Indigenous and Rahil Baburam. I feel that because Rahil is releasing so much music, and we can't say no because there's so much music he's releasing and that kind of stuff. The stuff that we play is a fraction of the stuff that Rahil releasing, and as like a crowd up thing around. I mean, it's not like you can't be the every week so kind of thing. But the thing is that he's a musician releasing that amount of music at this particular point in time. Probably a little later on he might not be doing so, but right now he's doing the work, he's putting it out and that kind of thing. And because today's program we have 3 Christmas songs peppered inside there, this is one of them. But this one is in the mode of Rahil's kind of his 60s hippie mode kind of stuff and that kind of thing, and in the mode of his peace and love kind of mantras and those kinds of things, and that kind of stuff. This is the song Peace and Love, covered by Rahil Baburam. Check it out.
We have a voice note to play just before it.
Okay, yeah, let me hear the voice note. Let me hear it.
Good evening, fellas. Rahab Abraham here. Just a little something for y'all.
Indigenous Radio Toko Thursday nights, mainstreaming the local underground, playing the songs, tuning you won't go wrong. All them other stations firebomb.
Yeah, well, you can play the
Yeah.
Let me go to the reach. Okay.
Everybody only talking about peace and love. Everybody only talking about this peace and love. Ask them what it all means is peace and love. Just an empty phrase to sound the best. Peace and love. First thing they eat in the morning, oh, peace and love. Other beings beaten and murdered, no, peace and love. Lunch and dinner all the same again, no peace and love. Where element does it exist is peace and love. Leave the animals alone, no peace in blood, flesh and bone. Food is grown and born. Leave the animals alone. Very sad they feel that it is a personal choice, but someone else is missing food they not get their voice. The animals, show them all the ways this bad habit destroys all around. destroying not just the animals but their own planet and ground. But none of that is important as you can let it see. Only their greed is what matters, don't even care about disease. Rape, abuse, slavery and murder does not shake them up. When it comes to those victims who are non-human, only selfishness and false ego control their aims. Wish they can finally wake up and feel ashamed. Leave the animals alone. No peace in blood, flesh and bone. Food is grown and born. Leave the animals alone. Leave the animals alone. No peace in blood, flesh and bone. Food is grown and born. Leave the animals alone. You wouldn't like it if it happened to you. If it happened to you, if it happened to you. You wouldn't like it if it happened to you. Go vegan now. You wouldn't like it if it happened to you. If it happened to you, if it happened to you. You wouldn't like it if it happened to you. Go vegan now. You wouldn't like it if it happened to you. If it happened to you, if it happened to you. You wouldn't like it if it happened to you. Go vegan now. You wouldn't like it if it happened to you. If it happened to you, if it happened to you. You wouldn't like it if it happened to you. Go vegan now. You wouldn't like it if it happened to you. If it happened to you, if it happened to you. You wouldn't like it if it happened to you. Go vegan now.
Yeah, in this Christmas season of excess and stuff, and people eating pork and thing and this and that and whatever, take one day and do without the meat for one day. Just start and you know and you know, I mean, one day of the Christmas where instead of indulging, it have so many other things, you know, that could be consumed, and I can just go one day. Rest off the meat just for one day and that kind of stuff, you know, and see, you know, actually feel how your body feels after that and that kind of thing. You know what I mean? And you know, and it's not for nothing that Trinidad and Tobago's it's high blood pressure, it's diabetes, it's cancers, it's those kinds of things. We lead with all those things. A lot of that is because of the meat-based diet. And so, you know, challenge yourself. You know what I mean? Health is wealth, but also, you know, you belong to a family of animals. You know, so like that was Rahul Baburam. Christmas with a difference there. Go vegan now. Peace and love. Hit that like button, people. If you're inside, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Give us a comment. Tell us what you think of the songs that you're hearing and that kind of stuff. Share the feed and that kind of stuff. Invite others in. Let them know that this is happening now. Right? So from that Peace and Love by Rahel, we go on a little harder direction and that kind of stuff. I kind of dread kind of direction here. This is Hail the Hatter with some, you know, some hard rock there with Bone Grin.
Dude, now.
Hail the Hatter Boy. Yeah, hey, again, people, everything that you hear in here is 100% Trinidad and Tobago music. You know, this is how we drop it, all these different styles. This is what we do here on Indigenous, and this is what we do here in Trinidad and Tobago. This is what our musicians do here. And hey, it's all beautiful, it's all original stuff, it's all brilliant stuff and stuff. And yeah, that song you heard just from Rahel, yeah, it's an original. I thought it was an interpretation of our 60s December song, but yeah. But all of the stuff that you're hearing here is coming from the heart and soul, from the landscape, all Trinidad and Tobago music. And we jump off again, you know. This is pop music of the highest caliber here. This next track is the band Checklist featuring Phil Taylor, and it's the song Graceland.
Speak truth, my love, for this waking was torn from weather. Are you alone? Is this what you wait for? Pauls and cumbers hold all your hopes, I'm sure. Set forth your reach, true and trembling, to forestall your reservations. Are you alone? And how goes that plan? Born from stern focus and nothing lasts but you. Send me to escape, 'cause soon we're bending to break. Don't ask me now, don't ask me to wait. Are you for one more day? So turn to the page, it's orchestrated. I was the starting for your anxious artless well. Are you alone? Did you find your way past Pauls and cumbers to on your drain? But you send me to escape, 'cause soon we're bending to break. Don't ask me now, don't ask me to wait. Are you for one more? And that's when you asked to run, and I said I'll bear through this till it's all done. I'll be holding on. I had promised you that I'll wait on your cue. Send me to escape, 'cause soon we're bending to break. Don't ask me now, don't ask me to wait. Are you for one more day? You send me to escape. Abuse was more than he'd take. Don't ask me now, don't ask me to wait. On you.
Yeah, man. That's the band Checklist. They just released next year for sure. Just this week, we'll have that track and other songs from their new album Under Your Christmas Tree. So we'll be running those tracks and stuff throughout this last part of the season as we build towards Christmas and New Year's and all that kind of stuff. Of course, the man Martin, man Mohan inside there, mastering and mixing and guiding everything behind the scenes and stuff with this band. and doing good things and stuff. As you heard them, very sophisticated pop sound. That's the band Checklist featuring Phil Taylor. And speaking of sophisticated pop, here is the Shea Grays. They all mean love.
Memories conquering all of my other thoughts. Summers can never seem to be so soft. Laying on soothing grass as we gazed into the sky. Silent future plans made as strange formations of clouds go by. And they all mean love. And they all mean happiness steals my depression away as I listen attentively to what you have to say. Your smile so contagious, portraying an unforgettable picture. And every word you speak takes me on a new adventure. And they all mean love. And they all mean love. Happy tears released from my eyes and fall upon my face. Feelings I never knew existed now have a permanent place. Talented at being patient, waiting for your return, so we can bring the summer backward for now. Feel the wrath of the winter. They all mean love. And they all mean love. And they
That's real sophisticated pop there from Trinidad and Tobago duo of the Shea Grays there. And all this is Trinidad and Tobago music, all these different styles, all these different things. One and to tell us we have to keep embracing it and stuff, and keep loving ourselves and allowing these artists to be able to rise to the top where they belong. As I said, we had 3 debuts inside the mix, and I also said we had 3 Christmas songs. This one is both. So this next song is Nisha Smith. It is a debut, and it's a Christmas song, and it's called "Christmas Is the Time." And this is completely in the mode of the kind of Christmas music and stuff that I mean, this is the Christmas mode music. Perfectly is inside our stuff. Nisha Smith, big up yourself. Christmas is the time. Check it out.
Everywhere you turn, everyone you meet, it's like somebody's hurting again. Things just seem so bad, no love to be had. Somebody's crying, nothing to believe in. Christmas is the time to love, the time for healing, the time to see the good that lives inside of us. So in spite of what may be, remember He came to set us free. Feel His love, His peace and joy from deep within, in every heart. Christmas is the time. Miracle of love sent from up above in the form of a baby boy, manger cold and bare, but surrounded by God's love, with all of creation there, and like the star that showed the way, let us shine and be thankful for our lives today. We may not have material things, but what we have is better. The love and joy that family brings, to me this is what matters. Christmas is the time to love, the time for healing, the time to see the good that lives inside of us. So in spite of what may be, remember He came to set us free. Feel His love, His peace and joy from deep within, in every heart. This is the season, this is the reason. Christmas is the
Yeah, that's like inside the pocket Christmas thing. Like it's kind of warm vibes and stuff. That's if you didn't feel that time of the year, that song is to put you right inside the spirit of the season. That's Nisha Smith debuting "Christmas Is the Time" here on Indigenous and stuff. Your debut and your third Christmas song, as I promised. Um, at the top of the program, we hear 2 real badass hip hop tracks and stuff, and we continue in that vein. we played this song before, but yeah, we could play it again. It was very, very early in the season. We're playing it again. We mentioned this man a couple of times earlier on and stuff. And, this is, yeah, I guess it's Trini hip hop royalty. This is, we doing it for a while. He's the one who, changed the game, a lot of the guys and that kind of stuff. And keeps putting out incredible stuff. And of course, has his own show and debuting local music, especially local hip hop and those kinds of things. Of course, I'm talking about the man Chromatics, and this song is an indictment of current hip hop and that kind of stuff. It's called Same. Chromatics in the house.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Everybody sound the same, right? Must be recording with the same mic. Must be. Yeah. Everybody sound the same, right? Everybody sound the same, right? Must be recording with the same mic. Cause everybody sound the same, right? Everybody sound the same, right? Everybody sound the same, right? Must be recording with the same mic. Cause everybody sound the same, right? I hope they don't hold me in the same light. Cause these guys trying to get the game right. Nah, me and them is not the same type. Different bank, different rank, not the same stripes. My mic's out, so it's lights out. Try to ride every wave, you get wiped out. I hope you wax your board, surfer dude. Tell me what you could do when I'm performing in the nude. Last week you was selling work. Now you popping mollies and down in perks. Wait, I thought you was a mobster. Man, just know you go run out in a romper. See, everything glitters ain't gold. I know it's not cause I'm bitter and old. I passed 21 and still savage. You give the conductor your passage, but then it's scoops in your ad-libs. Sound the same, right? Everybody sound the same, right? Must be recording with the same mic. Cause everybody sound the same, right? Everybody sound the same, right? Everybody sound the same, right? Must be recording with the same mic. Cause everybody sound the same, right? Everybody sound the same, right? Everybody sound the same, right? Must be recording with the same mic. Cause everybody sound the same, right? Now all of a sudden they wanna sound Caribbean, but them ain't wet like we amphibian. Hit them for 6, all in the pavilion, and watch them try and come and take the millions. Don't get vexed, it's just my opinion. But which one of them boys is West Indian? They use the soca and their video reach 1 million. So I have to burn a fire upon Ed Sheeran. I guess that's just how it go. Like when Harry Belafonte sang Calypso and Maestro was mixing Kaiser with disco. But let me show you the hypocrisy in this though. We go praise their version of we own music. Give them rotation and say we love how they use it. Turn around and then say to these young cats, not to sound like the Yankee them and spit raps. And if you do, try and fit in with the current trend, or else they can't mix your song with the rest of them. Now you imitating Drake and Tory Lanez. But if you just be yourself, you wouldn't sound the same. Everybody sound the same, right? Everybody sound the same, right? Must be recording with the same mic. Cause everybody sound the same, right? Everybody sound the same, right? Everybody sound the same, right? Must be recording with the same mic. Cause everybody sound the same, right? Yeah. You know, as a man who's just had to say something, right? Say something, no man.
Say something, Chromatics. Well said. Yeah, man, that indictment of modern music, modern hip hop, and that kind of stuff. Everybody sounds the same, right? Serious thing. But everybody on Indigenous do sound the same because Trinidad and Tobago musicians and stuff in a gear, especially the musicians that we play on Indigenous and stuff, is all kinds of different styles and that kind of stuff. And to prove it, this is our next hip hop, Trinidad hip hop styles and stuff. We had 3 different hip hop styles already, all different from one another. Check out Astro Boy with Chemical.
Do you see love in the air? I've been searching for years and I ain't found none anywhere. If you left me today, I swear I wouldn't shed a tear. Love don't live here and I do not care. I know you wanna make it work, but I think we should end it now before we make it worse. Some people just aren't meant to be, and baby, we are cursed. Life is unfair and love is unclear. Ooh, sometimes I wanna jump up in my spaceship, head for the moon and come back when I'm wasted. Sometimes I wanna jump up in my spaceship, up in my spaceship, up in my spaceship.
I wish you'd hold my hand when I was upset. I wish you'd never forget the look on my face when we first met.
I wish that when you lied, you would look directly in my eyes. At least I could believe your lies. No eye contact, don't even try. Baby, I just wanna make one thing clear. I wanted to try, but you weren't there. I tried to talk and you don't hear. I gave it all and you don't share. Some days I spend my time erasing memories in my mind, shocked by all those things I find. How could I have been so blind? Baby, I just wanna make one thing clear. I wanted to try, but you weren't there. I tried to talk and you don't hear. I gave it all and you don't share. Sometimes I wanna jump up in my spaceship, head for the moon and come back when I'm wasted. Sometimes I wanna jump up in my spaceship, up in my spaceship, up in my spaceship.
I wish you'd hold my hand when I was upset. I wish you'd never forget the look on my face when we first met.
Astro Boy, Chemical, vibes in the house, Indigenous TNT in the house, your home for Trinidad and Tobago underground music every Thursday, 9 to 11 here on Radio Toko, live stream on Radio Toko Facebook page, on the YouTube channel, on radiotoko.com, and also on the terrestrial 106.7. Hey, this is the home for Trinidad and Tobago underground music, mainstreaming the local underground, globalizing Trinbago sound. That's what we do here. We play all that music, them 36 other radio stations refuse to play Firebun, their program managers and all them others and that kind of stuff who fight it down Trinidad and Tobago genius here in this country and that kind of stuff. Let it rise, let it rise, let it rise. This is Perfect Guy by Valentine in the house. More Trinidad and Tobago genius stuff coming at you.
Valentine, yeah. If I don't see you one day, nothing goes right, yeah. I ain't perfect, baby, but my every effort is to make you smile. If you don't love me, girl, that's alright. I'd rather have you here with me than the moonlight at night. Gravity won't exist, girl, if you give me a try. High pressure, high temperature, gonna burn out your life. I'ma turn your body into a furnace. The shades of dark burn, chocolate sweetness. Baby, 'cause you know you're my weakness. Stop dreaming about the perfect guy. That dream will never come to life, girl. It's time you realize I'm an just man, girl. You need to understand, girl. You say you're not ready, but you won't regret it, like you plan to get married. But baby, don't panic when I turn your settings. Welcome to a new planet. I'ma take you from the ground to the moon. You won't understand it. You know we not got done. Fire go burn until we see the sun, girl. Whoa. Gravity won't exist, girl, if you give me a try. High pressure, high temperature, gonna burn out your life. I'ma turn time you realize a man is just a man, girl. You need to understand, girl. If I don't see you one day, nothing goes right, yeah. I ain't perfect, baby, but my every effort is to make you smile. If you don't love me, girl, that's alright. I'd rather have you here, you with me, than the moonlight at night. Gravity won't exist, girl, if you give me a try. High pressure, high temperature, gonna burn out the lights. I'ma turn your body into a furnace. 50 shades of dark, burn chocolate sweetness. Baby, cause you know you're my weakness. Oh, oh, oh. Stop dreaming about the perfect guy. Oh, oh, oh. That dream will never come to life, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. It's time you realize a man is just a man, girl. You need to understand, girl.
Yeah, man, that's the man Valentine there with the perfect guy, real brilliant lyrics and that kind of stuff, that message and that kind of thing in terms of, look at the person who's in front of you and stop looking at the frauds and that kind of thing, one part is about training your eyes to see the reality, of the frauds and that kind of stuff, but it's also about looking to see the good men who stand up in front of you that you're overlooking to run to frauds, and we know that that's something that has happened a lot. I'm thinking, all right, just saying, something that has happened, right? Hit that like button if you're inside. We don't want no loafers inside the mix and that kind of stuff. If you're inside, and you're liking the vibes, hit that like button and let me hear your comments and stuff. Tell us what you think of the songs and that kind of stuff. We've seen a whole set of some new faces and some people who just joined us. Christine, Lou Wing, Donna Peters, of course, Share back in after a long absence and stuff. We see Shelly Thunder inside the mix. Karen, that's Karen. But it's so long I ain't see Karen. I've seen Karen because of course, Marcy inside. Glenn say he at work. Bren, Mohammed inside the house, and the whole crew inside. Eden Thomas, and much more. If you're inside, hit that like button. Let us know that you're inside. Tell us what you think of the songs and that kind of thing, because as it's all about, we want to know what you think, and those things. Also, next thing, musicians, send in your tracks and that kind of stuff. Rock, jazz, fusion, hip hop, rap, so all those things. But the rubidery@gmail.com thing, Krabby, that, as you know, that full up, that Gmail account full, and I have to get some more space inside that. And so in the interim, you could send your tracks to the July Generation @gmail.com. So send your tracks to the July Generation @gmail.com. That's where you could send musicians, send your music, and we'll play it here. As I said, this is the place we play non-festival Trinidad and Tobago music. So, not the calypso, not the soca, not the parang, not the chutney and that kind of stuff. We play all they have places that play those things. We play all the other set of stuff. We have 2 hours a week, and it have real other music in all them other forms that not getting played, and them 36 other radio stations that fire burning as we speak, right? So so again, we listen to more tracks, more music in the house here on Indigenous. This one, we started with a little reggae flavor with that last track. This is probably the best and the top reggae band in the country and that kind of stuff. This is the man Sadiq with Buzz Rock with Grass is Greener. right, wheel that, wheel that, Krabby, wheel that. Hey, Sadiq is a genius vocalist from the mystical old school of Rastafari and have soul drenched and dripping from his vocals and saying, run that track again. Hear that vocal. Sadiq.
I will not be afraid. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I will be my God self. I said, oh yeah. I already know I have the eye protection of the earth. It is on my side every day and every night. I'm on my way where the grass is much greener. Way over there in Africa. In Africa. Ooh, I say, I will be there with my queen, singing songs of praise on my way where the grass is much greener. Yeah, whoa, yeah. Oh, I say, I will not be afraid of the wickedness that roams today, nor will I be scared of the wickedness that plagues the night. I will be in Africa. I said, yes, yes. Oh, yes. I'm on my way where the grass is much greener. Way over there in Africa. In Africa. Ooh, oh yeah. I just can't stop singing. I said, of this trip I must take. When I reach the motherland, the only place I'm resting my head. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, you hear vocals, boy? You hear delivery, Sadiq of Buzz Rock. Hey, the grass is greener. That is Trinidad and Tobago reggae music. Now you're not hearing on them other radio stations and stuff. They fighting on all of that stuff. You could believe the amount. You hear all these styles, Krabby. Every week I show you in the show. You is the selector. You running the DJ. I show you this be surprised every single time about the amount of styles
Yep.
that they card
Yes.
on. They can
They
just
card
card
on.
on.
Too much, too much, too much. Not being played. Too much of them not being played. I ain't gonna lie.
Madness.
I ain't
Madness,
gonna lie.
madness, madness. Hey, hey, boy, the gatekeepers in Trinidad, boy. The gatekeepers in Trinidad. Fire burn, boy. Fire burn, fire burn. Hey, Krabby, I want us to wrap up the show within the hour this week and stuff, right? I
Right.
feel,
So
Larry, I want to run that 5 miles to midnight, little drummer boy, that we started off the program with. I think I want you to end off with that and stuff, right? Trinidad and
right.
Tobago, I mean, the whole point of the reason why we do this show is because all these artists, all the artists who do music in Trinidad in Tobago deserve to hear their music played at least once on the radio station when they send it in. At the very, 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 very least.
Once.
Right? But more than that, the brilliant stuff deserves to be heard all the time. And there's a lot of brilliant stuff. Right? We in week 19, 20 something songs per week. Do the maths. Next week is week 20, 400 songs. You know what we're saying? Most of it never played, plenty of it new. Right? So give it a chance. Believe in yourself, believe in yourself, believe in yourself, believe in your culture, Trinidad and Tobago. Believe in the talent of your youths and stuff and give them a chance. This is, as I said, one of the best Christmas covers, I think, of the modern age. This is 5 Miles to Midnight, Lil Drummer Boy. This is how we just conducting in Trinidad and Tobago. And we going out with that Indigenous every Tuesday, 9-11. Krabby, Ruby Diri Victor, big up on yourself. 5 Miles, take we out.
Let's fit to